You know, I love to say that radio can bring people together, and I do believe that. And radio, I think, has a history of informing and entertaining communities. And there are a lot of low-power radio stations around here that serve neighborhoods and towns, and they're really doing some awesome work. So we highlight that work in our occasional segment that we like to call Low Power to the People.
Yes, WRFU LP Urbana. Our disclaimer does say WRFU is an open forum for Urbana-Champaign communities, and that's why I'm your boy DJ BJ Clark. Now I hope you guys are being positive and staying positive out there today, man.
This week, we go to Urbana-Champaign and we profile WRFU. It's a low-power radio station, 104.5 FM in Urbana-Champaign. It's all of 155 watts. And station manager BJ Clark is joining us this morning from the studios of WRFU. BJ, how are you, man?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you for having me here on your show this morning. Thank you.
You got it, man. Thanks for getting up with us this morning. You're also the host of the After Work Drive show. It's 5 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so this is really cool. I love community radio. I love radio in general, but community radio is really special. And your radio station, WRFU, is actually part of the Urbana-Champaign Independent Media Center. Tell us what that organization's all about.
That's right. Well, the Independent Media Center, it's a wonderful place for the community. It's a building, actually it's located downtown Urbana in the old post office building. And in 2005, a bunch of people got together and decided they wanted to start a community center. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this awesome building happened to be downtown Urbana. So the Socialist Forum and a couple of other groups formed the IMC, which is the Independent Media Center. And that's why WRFU is really here today, because of the Independent Media Center. But let me just jump into it real quick. Independent Media Center has a lot of things to offer the community, and it's a community-based. Everything is nonprofit. Anything and everything is basically from the community.
Let's talk a little bit about the relationship between the radio station and your community, because a community radio station really reflects the hyper-local community that it serves. And I know that at 155 watts, you have a decent size coverage area, not huge, but I think that's, right, that's pretty intimate, and I like that about community radio. Tell us about how your programming reflects who your community is.
Well, what's really cool about our programming, now we have a lot of programs. I think that's the one fascinating thing about small radio stations like our station here at 104.5 is it gives the average guy or the average Joe a chance to have a radio show and not have to, go through, 4 years of college and all that other stuff. It's just something you can come here and we train you. Okay, and it only takes 2 hours to learn how to run the board, learn how to write a script, and just get a proposal and a show. Like, we really encourage anybody in the community to come down here. And if you ever wanted to be on the radio, and I know when I was a kid, I've always wanted to be on the radio. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's the cool thing about 104.5. It's a place where dreams do come true.
That's really cool. And it sounds like, just reading your programming guide and hearing what you've got on the station, it sounds like it's really this interesting cross-section of the community. And that's what's great about these smaller radio stations, is that, like you said, people can get together and go to the station and maybe learn how to do a radio show, and they can get on the radio. And it's that immediacy, again, that intimacy of how this medium can respond to a community. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. And not even that, it's just a positive thing for the community as well as the youth, and it just gives the youth an outlet to come here and to learn about radio. And it's just a cool thing. Anybody wants to be on TV or on the radio. you know? So,
well, I know you get out into the community. I know that you broadcast live from certain events, and
yes.
The response from the community of Urbana-Champaign, what has that been for you at WRFU?
Well, it's been really cool, Mike. We like to reach out to the different colleges, and we have 2 colleges here, U of I and Parkland, Parkland College. But we go to like things like Quad Day. All right, it's Quad Day for the students. Mm-hmm. And we set up a booth and we let the students know, hey, there's a lot going on around here. I know being in college and you're away from home or whatnot, it's hard to get involved with the community. And I figured, let's go down there, show the students, hey, this is really cool, guys. On Friday, Saturdays, after class or whatnot, after we're doing our homework, we can go down there and do a radio show. We really try to reach out to the schools here, and not even just that, Mike. We let the community be able to have like underwriters, people that want to sponsor a show, and when someone is an underwriter, we talk about their businesses. We reach out to small businesses and say, hey, if you want us to talk about your business, reach out to us and let us know what you got going on. I mean, and we have a lot of things that we offer, PSA announcements and different things. We talk about, let's say, high school athletes, and we talk about the sports and what's happening, and just, you know what I'm saying, just different things in the community.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, this radio station's great because it's bringing the community of Urbana-Champaign together, I think. And for everything that you just said, I mean, that's really wonderful that you're so dialed into your community and accessible. And people can, if they want to listen, they can listen, again, through WRFU.net.
It's WRFU.net, 104.5. You type in WRFU.net, and that will swing you right over to the Urbana-Champaign Independent Media Center, and we built one big website, that has all the working groups from the Independent Media Center, and our page is just another page on the website, all right? And we're about positive messages here. I'm sure all community radio stations are positive based, but that is one of the things that we specialize is just making sure we give positive messages to the community. And it's just cool, man. It's just cool to be around some awesome people, that have the same vision, same goal in changing our community, which in the end game is changing the world. And I believe low-powered radio stations, it's just one step closer to changing things in the right direction, especially in our country today. We need to give out more love. We need to talk more love. We need to talk more positivity. It is what it is, I love being here.
Your station's doing some great work, and I think there's a great diversity of programming, and it's reflective of what's going on in your community of Urbana-Champaign, and it allows for people to get involved, which is great, and so it's a lot of fun as well. Check out WRFU.net. That's the website for WRFU 104.5 FM in Urbana-Champaign. DJ BJ Clark is the station manager at WRFU. He's also the host of the After Work Drive Show on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 5. Hey, BJ, thanks so much for talking to us this morning about WRFU, and have a great day, man.
Hey, Mike, you have a wonderful, blessed day as well, and I appreciate you taking your time here with me and just letting us share our message, man. I appreciate you, Mike, man. Big shout out to you.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And check out what WRFU is up to in Urbana-Champaign. This is Outside the Loop. I'm Mike Stevens. Stay right there. We'll take a short break and be right back here on 720 WGN.
Out of the woodwork, you see